So, yesterday went from bad to worse to incredibly annoying to a little bit better to, hey, a miracle happened. Let's start with the last one. I have a working computer now. I'll explain in a second, but okay. So, obviously my low was the fact that I was sure I was going to be out of the computer, right? At least for a few days. It got worse when, lately on Thursdays, I've been going to Pick's Pub, to go out for dinner, right? And I had to completely rearrange that schedule because my mom wanted to get me a new TV from Sam's Club. Actually, but at the moment my TV doesn't really turn on at all. I've had this TV for like 10 years, so I guess I am due for another one. It's a Vizio brand TV, in case you're wondering. So on Thursdays, my mom watches my nephews, as I've said before. She wouldn't be able to do anything until well after 7 o'clock, and Sam's Club closes at 8. Obviously, I would have gone to Pick's a lot earlier, but because we had to do the stuff with the TV, I can't really go then. And to make matters worse, I really couldn't go to Pick's because after we got the TV, we got to set it up here. So I was very much not looking forward to the evening. Here's where it gets worse. So I had to do a quick errand at Walmart, right? And I was going to meet my folks over at Sam's. Well, my parents are both wondering where I'm at. Walmart is maybe a 5-minute drive from Sam's. I'm not far. In fact, I could just simply meet them at Sam's. And because it didn't go the way my mom wanted, expecting me to be home, she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to get, long story short, she didn't want to get the TV anymore. Which is ridiculous. This whole thing was her idea. And because I wasn't home when, when she wanted to get home and then we'd go as a family, that's why she didn't want to do it. Now, some of you are probably wondering, why do you just go to Walmart after Sam's? Well, remember, my folks wanted to set up the TV. So I couldn't go to Walmart after Sam's. That was the only time I was going to do it. So, needless to say, that entire evening yesterday was stupid. But eventually, I finally went to Pick's. And then, this is when things get better. So, pretty much everything involving the TV yesterday, that's my low. My high, I went to Pick's, saw my friend who works there, and as of last night, I had officially tried all things pickle related at Pick's Pub. The only thing I technically didn't try was they serve a grilled cheese that you can ask for pickles on it, but that's not a pickle related item. That's just grilled cheese with pickles on it. So I now officially had every dill pickle item at Pick's Pub. Did I need to do it? Not necessarily, but I had fun. Was it worth it? Yes. There are not enough words, nor are there enough languages to convey how much the answer to that is yes. So, at Pick's last night, I had the chicken and magic dill pickle dip egg rolls, as well as the dill pickle mac and cheese. And what was really cool about the latter, actually I'll talk about the former first. My sister-in-law's mother makes the best egg rolls ever. So naturally, I'm kind of an egg roll snob. And these were among the best I ever had. So that was awesome. And, okay, so dill pickle mac and cheese is exactly what you think it is. It's mac and cheese with dill pickles in it. Were it not for the fact that there were dill pickles in it, which, going on, it was amazing. It was great. Especially when I got, because normally when I have mac and cheese, I usually have a salt, pepper, and hot sauce. And Pix has a Frank's Red Hot Dill Pickle flavored hot sauce. So, more dill pickle flavor on my hot sauces. Awesome. And I have it. And were it not for like the pickles, like it's the exact same consistency as my mom's. Like it was legit home cooking. It was awesome. So it was good. It was all very good. Definitely all very good. A part of me actually thought about ranking all the dill pickle items at Pig's Pub. I thought about that. Or like doing like a tier list for it. I'm not really the greatest at tier lists, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can barely come up with a top 5 or top 10 anything. I mean, yeah, I just recently did the top 11 Super Bowl matchups I want to see. But that was easy to do because I could legit think over, okay, which storyline has greater significance than the other. But fun fact for you, coming up with a top list of anything is hard to do. Well, here's the thing. In the beginning, it's easy because you already know what number 1 is going to be. You should already know, like your first few that are at the very top, you're already going to figure out what they are. It's figuring out what's near the bottom of said top list that is harder to do. So it'd be hard to do, but we'll see. Maybe someday if I think over really hard. So, now to get to my computer. And don't worry, I'm going to talk about hot ones in a minute. So, a while back, I actually had I bought several different adapter plugs right here for my computer. And I never used it because none of them really worked or the battery wouldn't accept the charge or whatever. I don't know what the difference is now, but this works. I mean, here's the thing. If I unplug this, the computer is immediately going to turn off. So I gotta be a little bit fragile, if you know what I mean. But a miracle happened. I'll take it. So, actually, do I have an act of kindness? Because obviously my low was everything involving the TV. My high is going to Pix and this computer working, albeit under very crazy circumstances. Alright, my act of kindness was I did some shopping for my grandma yesterday. So I did a lot. I did, it was quite a day. But, you know what, it seems cliche to say this, but thank God it's Friday. Okay, before that I had one funny memory. You guys remember Sabrina the Teenage Witch? In that one episode where it was real that Salem once tried to run as a president or dictator or something like that. And one of his acts that he wanted to do was he wanted to change the pronunciation of Friday to Fridia. And then at the end of the episode, it's thank God it's Fridia. That remains rent-free in my head forever. Thank God it's Fridia. I love that. Okay, now let's talk about hot ones because, well, for starters, I pronounced Barry Keoghan's name right in my earlier video. So I got that right. So, obviously Barry Keoghan, Oscar-nominated actor. Learn more about that, movies like Dunkirk and all that other stuff. Saltburn. And he's promoting his new series, Masters of the Air. And so the first question I tried to ask him was involving Masters of the Air, which is, was there anything unique in creating an atmosphere of trust and camaraderie between the cast members of Masters of the Air? And then there was this one time where he was eating like a Snickers bar. All the troops, the extras like in the background are like giving him like the side eye or whatever. Like, hey guys, he's like, hey guys, and then like it was funny. I thought it was great. They talked about the differences between an Irish film crew and an American film crew, in which the former is actually more, intimate, as in like, it really feels like everyone's like a cousin of someone or like a family member of somebody, which I think is kind of neat. The most amazing thing about what Christopher Nolan did when making Dunkirk, it was taking over an hour to reshoot a plane scene, because it takes like over an hour for a plane to re-launch into the air. He also talked about how Yorgos Lanthimos elevates a scene. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who Yorgos Lanthimos is, but then Barry Keoghan said that he doesn't want people to act. And believe it or not, I can actually understand what that means. Basically, like, because there are some directors who actually, usually when you direct a scene, and action, and you do like the thing or whatever, some directors actually don't do that. Sometimes it's like, or basically, like they'll start rolling, and they'll naturally let the natural mannerisms of a person is conveyed in a scene. Like, for example, I can totally, even doing something like making my videos, for instance, I would say it's a little bit of, obviously everything I do is natural. Everything I do is natural, ladies. But seriously, everything I do is natural, everything I do is real. But it's not to say I don't go without, a sense of purpose, or, I know what I'm going to talk about, if that makes sense. He doesn't want people to act. He just wants people to act like themselves, if that makes sense. Any role that Barry Keoghan did when he felt unsafe, he shagged a grave in Saltburn. I don't know what that means, but it sounds painful. This actually is a rumor that's true. He did indeed try and recreate the 50 egg scene in Cool Hand Luke, and it did not go well. He also talked about the film and food scene that's iconic in his eyes, and that's the spaghetti scene in Killing of a Sacred Deer. Okay. A little bit. This is a good question. Sean asks, obviously there are plenty of scenes in movies where, an actor is filming and said actor or actress gives it their all for the shooting of a scene, only for that scene to be cut out in the final product, which does happen. And first of all, he joked out that says they don't cut his scenes. But there is one scene that in Banshees of Inisherin, which he was in, where his character was, should I even say this word on camera? Oh. Then again, I have dropped an F-bomb before and I haven't gotten canceled, so pretty sure saying this word shouldn't be bad, but Barry's character in Banshees of Inisherin was molested, and that scene was actually cut from the film. I mean, Barry Keoghan even said himself, there was no reason why this scene had to even be filmed at all, but it happened. Well, here's the thing, this scene did happen, but again, it was cut from the final product. Okay. Speaking of, remember how I said, the ability to, you don't want people to act, you want people to just, be themselves? Well, believe it or not, Barry Keoghan is one of those actors that likes to watch animals, the movement of animals specifically, and that actually makes him a better actor, because animals are able to convey so much without being vocal. We as humans, we have the ability of speech, as well as conceptual thinking. We are able to convey a lot without being vocal too. We just, again, between our ability of speech and conceptual thinking, we're actually, we don't really do it so much. animals obviously can't talk, so they're naturally, like, they're being vocal without being vocal. And he also talked about nature's greatest acting coach, the wolf. Not gonna lie, wolves are cool. We like wolves on this channel. Even Barry even brought like this cute little like crystal wolf he puts on the side there. It's really cute little thing. He talked about because actually before Barry became an actor, he actually tried to be a boxer, and obviously he's trying to ask for a self-defense tip. Silence. Just walk away. And the greatest boxing movie of all time, Raging Bull. He talked about what distinguishes an Irish fighter and why a small nation like Ireland there's so many world champion boxers. It's the culture, the fighting spirit, the troubles that one has to go through, the swag. I mean, there's a reason why Conor McGregor wound up being like one of, the most famous UFC fighters of all time. As an Irishman myself, I can tell you that we are very proud of who we are. We're loud. We are obnoxious. We've been through our fair share of shit. And at the end of the day, we can show off swag if we want to, and we'll definitely fight if we have to. That's what we do. He talked about how he got banned from Cineworld Theater on Purnell Street when he was a kid because he tried to sneak in, ran in trying to watch movies. Which is funny because years later he had the premiere of Dunkirk at that theater he got banned at, so full circle moment. And then finally, Sean asked about the power of naivete for an actor and what are the consequences of losing it. Like, basically just getting the title of an actor. There's a certain pressure and one must learn how to keep the authenticity and how to keep, to who they are so you can stand out. There are some movies where like the first couple movies of an actor or actress, like they're really good. People like this person. And then eventually, it kind of wears off. Maybe whatever shtick you're doing doesn't work anymore, or maybe, maybe just happen to be in a bad movie. But you gotta keep true to who you are. And I think that's really important. I mean, look, I'd like to act. I wouldn't mind being in show business and stuff like that. So for sure, if somehow, I wind up being famous, whether it's doing these videos or whatever, I'm definitely going to keep to who I am. You know what? It's like what I always say. If you forget who you are or where you come from, you wind up being an asshole. So I'm going to do what I can to not do that. I hope y'all like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm Derek helping this video. For all you guys watching Joe video, we'll be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. Oh, did I say happy Friday? Oh, happy Friday. We have 3 weeks until Rita's opens. Yay! And remember, if you guys want to talk, share with me, or let us back, take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.